When it comes to asking ChatGPT for content ideas, just asking it to generate topics for you, and trust me, I did this for way too long too, means you're going to get content that sounds exactly like everyone else using ChatGPT. I've grown my audience by over 1,500% and built my business to 6 figures in under 12 months. And the shift that made the biggest difference for me to my content wasn't learning better prompts or using a fancier AI tool. It was stopping asking AI to create content for me and to use it to pull ideas out of me. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to create a custom GPT that interviews you instead of generates beige content for you. We're going to walk through the exact setup so your content actually sounds like you, your ideas come out faster, and you stop second guessing what to post. And by the end, you'll have a working custom GPT you can use for content creation every single week. It's like you and helps you grow your audience. So what's actually happening when you ask ChatGPT to give you content ideas? Here's the thing. AI is trained on everyone else's content, millions of posts, videos, articles, everything that's freely available on the internet. So when you ask it to generate ideas, it's literally just remixing what already exists, which means everything starts to sound the same. You've probably noticed this. You ask for 10 content ideas and they come back sounding fine, but also kind of beige and generic, and like they could be and belong to any other business coach, marketing agency, or service provider. Anyone in your industry, right? That's not a problem. That's a using AI backwards problem. The fix isn't to stop using AI. The fix is to flip how you use it. Instead of asking AI to create for you, you get AI to extract content out of you. And that's exactly what we're building today. So what we're creating is a custom GPT that interviews you instead of generates content for you. Think of it like having a content strategist in your pocket who sits down with you once a week, asks smart questions about what's actually happening in your business, your brain, your life, and then pulls out content angles from what you've said. It takes about 10 minutes to build, maybe 5 if you're fast. And then every week you just open it up, answer the same questions, and walk away with content ideas that actually sound like you because they came from you. Let me show you how to set this up now. All right, so first we need to set up the custom GPT. And if you've never done this before, don't worry, it is easier than you think. So on the left-hand side of ChatGPT, you're just gonna see GPTs here and jump down to explore GPTs. And then you just wanna hit create and just jump straight over to the configure page. Now you're in the GPT builder. You'll see a few fields here, but the main one that we care about is the instructions. But first up, we want to name this. So I'm going to call this Content Braindump. And the description here, just describe what it does. This doesn't affect its performance at all. So let's just say Content Strategist for Right Mode, which is my AI consultancy. Yes. All right, so the instructions, as I said, are the most important bit. So this is the system prompt I use, and I'm going to walk you through each section so you understand why it's structured this way. So we just want to drop in here. I'm just going to paste this in and we will open it up and do it. And also you can just ask ChatGPT to help you with this. So this just says, you are my weekly content interview assistant. And then you just want to insert here about your business, your brand voice, and your audience here. And let me show you how I'm going to reverse engineer this in chat. I'm making a content brain dump GPT. So what I want to do is fill out these instructions, and it's going to ask me a certain set of questions. I want these answered one by one. And then at the end of it, I want it to give me content ideas. I'm going to drop in the system prompt template now. Based on what you know about me, try and fill it in, but also ask me any clarifying questions you need so that you can do this job well and that you're 95% certain you will do this job well. All right. So let's paste this in now. And you can get this template inside my membership, which I'll drop in the video description below. All right, so then we just want to hit enter here. And what it will do is basically go through my memory because we have asked it here to ask me any clarifying questions. It's going to ask me those now. All right, so you can see it has filled in about my business. So I run an AI first strategy in education business. It knows my audience really well because I've done a lot of work in chat developing this stuff, right? So it pulls all of that out here. My audience are time poor founders and business owners who are already running something real and they basically want to learn how to use AI to scale. Sweet. All right, this looks pretty good. And now let's work through these clarifying questions. Let's focus on Instagram. I want the output to be whatever comes out of my mouth. So the GPT will ask me questions, and then I want it to almost give me back content that is using my language patterns, grammatical errors. We want it to sound like me. We don't want it polished at all. And so number 3, this is a really good question. When you're building GPTs, you can have, like your own CTAs if you use ManyChat, and it'll drop that in the caption too. I'm not going to do that for this one. So we'll just say raw content ideas, hooks, and accompanying captions. And the hooks, we'll just go with a mix of high-performing hooks based on the content ideas. Pick a hook that matches. Sweet. All right. And then we just hit enter. Also, pro tip, use voice mode. I'm using Whisper Flow at the moment. It's just so much faster than typing this all out. But you can just use the dictate button here to answer those questions. All right, sweet. So here is the final system prompt. Cool. And so here, this is super important. So we want to tell it to ask me one question at a time and do not move on till I answer. Otherwise, it's just going to spit these all out in one go. And that way, it is interviewing you, not just spitting these out and hoping for the best. So these 5 questions too are designed to pull different types of content out of you. Question 1 gets you to rant or hot takes. Question 2 is like your FAQ content. And objection handling. Question 3 gets you reaction content. And question 4 gets you educational content and myth busting. And question 5 gets you spicy content and thought leadership, which is super important in 2026 if you're trying to build your personal brand. All right. So here after all 5 questions are answered, generate these content ideas. Sweet. And so this last part tells it exactly what to deliver and to match your voice. So that last line about grammatical errors, that's intentional. It forces the AI to use your words, not clean them up and make AI slop. All right. And the final thing I need to add in here is, so in the output here, you just want anything that you want to include that's important to you. So for me, I just want to say, can you also add in always use Australian spelling? There we go. Sweet. All right. Now we're just going to copy this, jump back over to this sidebar and go into our content brain dump GPT. And this will just open it up in this window. And if you just jump up here, you can hit edit GPT and then you just get back into the GPT editor this way. All right. So I'm going to hit Control A, Control V. Pro tip here too is if you want to see your instructions bigger, you just need to hit the button here. Sweet. All right. Now, conversation starters. Again, this isn't essential and it doesn't affect the function of the GPT at all. What you can do, especially if you're building these for clients, is just add a conversation starter. So what this does is the user, you, will hit this button and that's the first prompt. So, hey, let's create some banging content. Sweet. Also here, you could upload any knowledge base that you want. So if you have your brand voice, examples of high-performing content that you have created, you could also pop them in here. You can also choose your recommended model down here. I'm just going to go with no recommended. And then if you want capabilities on web search, canvas, image generation, I'm just going to keep it for web search now. And then the fun bit, upload a photo. So I'm going to upload this cute little brain that I created in Google Nano Banana. And then you just hit update here or save. And now we have a GPT that interviews you and actually gets good content. Over here, you just want to make sure that your privacy settings are set up with like how you want them. I'm happy to share this around. So that's it. If you want to change that, you just want to hit that share button and you can make it only me, anyone with the link, or you could add it to the GPT Explore page. So let's just hit save. All right. And then let's see how this thing actually works. So we'll just hit that conversation stuff. And then we just go through and answer these. All right. So what's something that's frustrated you about your industry this week? Okay. I'm sick of seeing so much bullshit from the AI tech bros about all of the hype, people being replaced. And I just really want people to feel empowered to use AI and use it well. Drop that in. All right, so you can see here, now it waits for me to answer the question before moving on. So that's intentional. It forces you to actually think through each question before answering it. I've been getting heaps of questions recently on whether people should switch from ChatGPT to Claude because Claude has just released Cowork. Basically, I think that there's certain tools do certain jobs really well. Claude is great for coding. You can't beat custom GPTs in ChatGPT. And I think it's just really comes back to the strategy. Okay, so here are my content ideas. So AI isn't replacing you. The tech bros are just loud. I love that. And it's like gotten sweary here like me. This one, should I switch from ChatGPT to Claude? So good. So you can see here that these are not generic like 5 ways to use AI nonsense. So they've come directly from what I have said. And like the hooks are my actual language and the angles are specific to my business, my audience, and my opinion. So this is what I mean by extraction versus generation. So why does this work so much better than asking ChatGPT for content ideas? So 3 reasons. 1, it's your intellectual property. So these ideas come from your brain, your experience, your opinions, client work that you've done. AI just helps you find them and structure them. No one else can create this content because no one else has had your week. Number 2, it sounds like you because the GPT is literally using your words from the interview, the hooks and the ideas and how you actually talk. So no more, in today's fast-paced digital landscape energy or like LinkedIn bro speak. 3, it's sustainable. You can do this every week. Monday morning commute, Friday afternoon walk. Your answers will be different every week because your week is different every week. You'll never run out of ideas because you're pulling them from real life, not asking AI to just pull things out of nowhere for you. Okay, so a few quick tips to make this even better. And these are going to level up the output. So you want to be specific in your answers. Don't say a client asked about pricing. Say a client DM'd me asking me if she should charge hourly or project-based for her copywriting. Specifics give you better content. Don't edit yourself. So answer like you're talking to a friend. Swear if you swear, like me. Rant if you're annoyed. The messier, the better. The more personality that comes through. And do it at the same time every week. So I do mine on Monday mornings when I'm out for a walk along the beach. It takes maybe 15 minutes and I walk away with content ideas sorted for the week. Also, pro tip, have it on voice mode so you can just back and forth with ChatGPT on your drive, on your walk, wherever suits you. And save your favorites. When you get an idea that you love, screenshot it or save it somewhere. And you'll start to build a bank of content ideas that are genuinely yours that you can refer back to. So stop asking ChatGPT for content ideas. Build a custom GPT that extracts content from you instead. So I will drop the link to my membership in the description, the prompt for you to build this custom GPT. Spend 15 minutes setting this up and see how different your content feels when it actually comes from your brain. If this was helpful, hit the like button. That really helps my channel. And if you want more ways to use AI that are actually useful for women in business, subscribe because that's literally what this channel is about. And I'll see you on the next one.